What's that? Shit. lie.
Andresia, thank goodness. We were worried.
Why? Was there a concern that I would not contribute to the mission? Oh, then thank you, but it was not necessary. We succeeded.
Just, what are we building here?
I haven't picked up any kind of frequency or signal coming from it.
That doesn't mean much. This thing could be emitting something we can't even detect. As far as we know, we could be building a gigantic bomb that will blow up as soon as we finish it. Or maybe it's some kind of interstellar... children's toy.
Why would either of those things give the discoverer visions and music? It's a message. I'm sure of it.
We just have to hope that finding
Anything
more
I can help you
pieces will
with,
give
Captain?
us some clue.
I hear that. Moving forward sometimes means fumbling around in the dark. I think Cora and I can use some downtime, but you let me know if you ever want to team up again. Oh, and since it tends to come up, me and my Rugrat co-pilot work as a team. That's non-negotiable. If I'm coming with, that means Cora's on your ship. What do you think, Cora?
It's really nice to...
What?
Have any new books for me?
Look at you two. They could be anywhere, can't they? I catch myself just... Maybe that's how our ants...
They didn't just gawk at the...
I disagree.
Not every dream is...
You're with me, right? Another realist.
The truth hurts, Mateo.
And Mateo wrote.
You know what?
I do not mind being asked, but I do agree that...
I must have missed it. But it's okay.
I have no objection.
Noel, pulling some interesting data from those new artifacts. Tell the Rook to meet me back on board the station.
This is all exciting, but...
Roger that, Vladimir. She's on her way.
Really a lot of pressure on
Yeah, the way you handle things,
Mateo,
not bad.
I love you, my
Not
friend.
bad.
We'll have to continue this another time.
As much as I love uncovering new questions, I have to say not that we probably should have... I'm Noel. Planning on sticking... I think we can find...
Pardon me?
So you've seen the library, obviously. Walter is quite proud of the collection, but Mateo has made more than a few contributions. Gardens are out the doors there, if you need a moment of quiet. Contemplation. Emphasis on the quiet part. At least usually. Let's head upstairs. Sebastian Banks, Constellation's founder, had this place built decades ago. It was a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here. So this is the bar. Usually no tender, so help yourself. Within reason, of course. Now let's see about that room. You're in luck. We were almost at max occupancy already, but there's still one room up for grabs. It's been nice having the place so full. Okay, this'll be you. Common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so maybe a little less quiet. I'm sure Sarah has something planned for each of us, so I'd better get back to it. Don't want to keep her waiting too long. Enjoy! Oh, gosh. No, I mean, that's flattering, but until you arrived, we only had the... There's still so much we don't... Well, right now, nothing's off the table. One thing I'm really... Speaking of... There's a galaxy chock... And if it's sweet... Okay, let's take a... Stay safe, okay?
What's on your mind?
Read any good books lately? I'm reading a book about plants written by somebody from Constellation 100 years ago. Like, he did it all himself.
Ever since I got here, this has felt like home.
Not spend as much time here as some of the others, but I appreciate that I was still given my own room.
It's been quieter around here ever since Vladimir went to live on the Eye full-time.
Need something? I don't know about you, but a fella could do a... I'm always up for adventure.
Such a shame.
No adventure?
What's new?
Got your ping loud as a bell. Eyes ready to let you aboard.
We have a clean dock, right on the money.
Good day, Captain. Now that those artifacts aren't just blips of hope in the Blackest Sea, I found an interesting... The grav anomaly generated by one of those artifacts? It matches one on another planet. Alright, let me going to send you the Don't know what you'll find. And from there...
Nice to be back.
Yeah, what is it? I'm more than ready.
Switching me out for the big boss, huh? I see how it is.
Well, of course. How else do you expect anything to be done correctly?
I hope Cora doesn't get too much underfoot.
I hope you're having a good day.
Yeah.
clamps released.
Can we run through it one more time?
I would never dream of selling. Please do. Good luck on all your adventures. matches.
Hello.
I'm afraid, due to recent legislative action, I'm no longer able to allocate ships. I can, however, deal in general goods. Welcome to UC Distribution. Oh. Right. Come back if you need something else.
What? Oh.
Captain, would you like to finish your briefing on the ambassadors? The good Ambassador Ratcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable. Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her. Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support. And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code. Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure. We just need to find the squeeze. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living. But getting caught trespassing... So, if... Now, we recover... But there's also a... Yes, many. If something goes wrong... All right. Here. And take these. Ambassador Balmore's. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion he's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, though claiming to know how... It does. We're not 100%. His public opinion. Scans of the facility. Your task is to find... I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door. Here. And fair warning. Now, if you have a... I'd suggest you be smart out there, Captain.
visitor.
Hard to believe it's been 2 decades.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby, offices.
I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective. But you lead, and I'll follow.
Still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We'd have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Sorry. Everyone's a little on edge after the attack.
I'm sorry. Do you have an... Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right. Excuse me. A less level-headed person might think that was a threat, Captain.
The only threats you're facing are the 8-legged variety just outside your door. Now can we please stop playing games here? Lives hang in the balance.
A lecture in morality from the UC. How quaint and short-sighted. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. I will not be the one responsible for its release. You're really gonna push this? I'm listening. Oh, yeah. I suppose I have seen some... Well, Captain, you make some good points. But if I'm really granting you access, I'm gonna need the following concessions. Your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these terramorphs. The monitors will make sure of it. You go in once, you get everything you need on your trip, and never again. And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the gap, Freestar scientists will watch your people like hawks. So, do we have an agreement? Excellent.
This building is Freestar sovereign territory. So in here, we're the law.
They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Don't make me regret this, Captain. It's not supposed to be a long process. It is for emergencies, after all. Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. Code generator's just this way.
did it flame now? Did I second clean it or something?
What I expected at all. It appears the flora they were using as decor has overgrown the entire embassy. I've never seen a tree like this before. It'd actually be more fascinating if its branches weren't blocking our way. I'm sure they had something we can use.
Another one for me.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks. Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Has the rest of the city suffered? Is that right, huh? Now, it cannot solely be that you were sent by the UC, and the broadcast spoke of a worrying occurrence. So the UC... the preservation. But if I am... For years, how... With... In exchange for my... The knowledge you ask for isn't...
As the chair of Constellation, I take personal responsibility in vouching for this woman's integrity.
Well then, please. Let's hope it still works.
Biometric key required.
And there. Let it be used for good. The Great Serpent. Will. The affairs of House Varun are our own. They left. House Varun... This was said at the time to be... So, when it was told, with my brother, the Great Serpent, when I found the Serpent,
right business?
Problem?
Captain, you're back soon. Oh, wait. Did you actually So the old man was still lurking around in there. And now, I've already arranged everything with... When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to... Here, the UC absolute best behavior.
Yes? You needed something?
Captain, we've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin. Verified. Unlock engaged. You may proceed, Captain.
Nova Galactic all the way. When it
Captain, can I help you?
Been up there, huh?
There you are.
Captain, Deputy told me what went down. Impressive work.
Captain, if you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next.
Time for us to start getting some real answers. So whenever you're ready. Acknowledged and accepted, Captain. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found... Though it sounded like the Deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with...
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me. It won't take long. All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies? Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen? Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation. We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property. Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you. But this person is in a sensitive position. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the Terramorphs. And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by name. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms? Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
I've lived in New Atlantis almost my entire life, and I had no idea this place even existed. The UC certainly excels at keeping secrets.
But there are no additional visitors permitted. Your friend's gonna have to wait out here.
I'll be fine. You go on ahead.
Welcome, Captain. Please, come down and approach the intercom. You and I should chat. President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get. Which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am? Perceptive. I like that. I'm Francois Sanon, but most know me as Victus. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes, but the previous regime deemed me too valuable. very astute. That's my daughter. My progeny. You've been working alongside. Has she shared with you the nature of our little family? Did she? So willing to trust Hadrian. I never did succeed in driving that out of her. Our relationship has always been a challenging one. The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training to support it. And she excelled. But the universe cut all that short. Now, though, it's placed even more crucial work in front of the two of you. And I think I have a part to play in helping you accomplish what you've set out to do. After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the Colony War. With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for... I'll tell you where they are. But in exchange, I need some... There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlaise. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colonies more. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the Colony War ended, but I finally found him. I'm not expecting he'll come bring me evidence that the job's done. Good. According to mine, there's a start.
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
Remember our last conversation when you told me the artifacts made your mind and body feel out of sync? Well, it got me thinking. So I dove into our archives and started looking through Constellation's older journal entries. Just because I wasn't familiar with the experience you described doesn't mean the same might have been true for my predecessor. Really? After reading those journals, all of the pleasant memories of my time spent... Oh yes, absolutely. Aja was the one that... Honestly. Exactly. There was... Oh, I find that... I'll be certain to... You know... No, she would come to think of it. Well, I don't expect... You see... If you knew about the things that I've done, please give me... Can I help? Okay.
Be careful if you run into those ecliptic jerks.
Captain, Captain, please, keep your voice down. The situation with... But it's a situation and the most critical part... Good. And that's not a good look. Dr. Reginald Orlais? Of course, killing Orlais. That'd be a huge... Really? We'd already initiated it. Captain, if that's the deal... Now, was there anything else you wanted? Then I'll bid you good day, Captain.
Pardon?
Where are we headed next?
The Den responding to hail. You are cleared to dock. Welcome to UC space.
Mash. Shouldn't have crashed into it and say what happened, but that never really works out well. For the attacking party, does it?
And we're docked.
Hello, Captain.
Well, this station's seen better days. I wonder if the UC will ever fully restore it to its former glory.
Looking to lodge a complaint? Then you want you...
Oh, apologies, Captain. Didn't recognize you without the uniform.
So, what can I do for you? Orlais. Doesn't ring a bell. Anything you can tell me about him? Seriously? Out. Though, I guess there's less... Wait. There's been rumor of a ship... More than a few, Etherea's debris. But if you suggest... Can't think of a better... Sure thing. Here. Go get your man.
Something on your mind? And is it hero work?
I'm working hard. Captain?
boy. Who is this you've brought me? More scrap for the field. Savor your last moments, Moat. All systems. Shoot them down. You need to try harder. Return to the endless void.
It's water.
Forwards are right on the money.
Be advised, you are entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. You are cleared to land at New Atlantis.
Yeah.
Hell of a city, isn't it? There's nowhere else like it in the galaxy.
Greetings, citizen. Welcome to the UC.
Authorized personnel only. Friend has to stay here.
Welcome back, Captain. You... So he didn't come quietly then, as I suspected. Excellent. Please.
Transfer accepted.
Would you look at that? Kept it all these years. ensure the remaining team members find their way to the Red Devil's headquarters. Except for one. That one you'll need to collect yourself. His name is Kaiser. You can find him on the Freestar world of Nira, wandering the battlefield there. And I think you'll want to check in with Hadrian and Dr. Walker before paying it a visit. Kaiser will likely have security protocols you'll need their help to overcome. Of course.
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
That's actually part of the city now? God damn it. So, I mean, all that other stuff I've done, I could have just accessed it from
Oh, this
in there.
world's seen better days. I wonder if it's always looked like this.
It looked worse. Or better.
Hey, if you see a violation, it's your duty to say something.
Yes? I can't say I didn't miss this place. Most important hole in the ground in biological science.
Oh, this goddamn planet. You romanticize a place when you're away from it for long. Now you. Oh, what are you? You project personnel? Oh, that's you then. I was informed we might be working together. Don't much care for Vanguard.
Thank you for
Sounds
those
like
likes.
you two really got into the thick of it back in New Atlantis. My sister's kids live in the city, so, thank you. Yeah, they both came through okay. Effectively useless human beings that would have had no reason to be anywhere near the fighting. Now, boy, don't worry.
Yeah. Really have been stocking up those bullets. I really need to use that gun a little bit more, I reckon. Though I've never actually had the need to.
Captain, welcome back. I was afraid you might have gotten reassigned. You've been gone so long. So how's it feel to be a citizen? It should. You risked life and limb to earn it.
Though I have had my own personal struggles with the United Colonies, I'm happy for you. I really am. Congratulations.
But it is real good to have you here again. We've been going through the Terramorph data and, well, we're gonna need all the help we can get. These logs, they're even more thorough than I remembered. Genetic workups, population statistics, hell, even their food chain. I'd completely forgotten, for example, that there was a creature that actually ate Terramorphs.
Wow.
At this point, the data's given us more options to explore than we have people to work on them. That'd be something, wouldn't? I'm sorry, are you? You're serious? You found our research team? That's incredible. that accelerates everything. With them back, it'll let us... Wait. Kaiser. That's right. You would need that. Whoever gave you these leads sure knew their stuff. Well, how? How exactly did you manage to find them? That's not funny. Seriously, how'd you find them? No. That's insane. He died. They executed him. They faked his death? My entire unit, they threw us all to the wolves, but kept him? And now he's what? An advisor? Commanding the fleet in secret? What was so... Oh, they certainly picked an expert, didn't they?
He's alive. Victus is still alive. I don't care if they're using him to solve world hunger. The man is a criminal. How could the UC do something so foolish?
I guess it makes sense, though, doesn't it? The UC of that era only created me because they were afraid of a world without Victus in command. Why would they get rid of him? As long as I live, I'll never understand the loyalty that old bastard elicited. You've got nothing to apologize for. Because the UC, they did a lot of terrible things for that man. But even knowing they did, knowing that they kept him alive all this time, you know what I feel right now? It's hope. I had no one when I was outside the UC. No Red Devils, no family. But that old world, where I was no one and my father mattered, that's gone. Thanks to what you and I have done, I have a place again. A purpose. But it's finally one I can be proud of. You and I, we're getting to change what the UC stands for. So I don't care if Victus is alive or dead. He can rot for all I care. We're the ones who are making the settled systems and the UC better. I refuse to let that man define my entire life. Not anymore. Because there's nothing we can do about past choices. What we can do is try and make the right ones now. So, let's get back to the business at hand. Now, my father just handing over the information on the research team and Kaiser out of the clear blue, I can't say I trust it. But if he has something to gain from helping us prevent terramorph attacks, I'm not seeing it. So while you'll absolutely want to be cautious, what would you think about trying to bring back Kaiser? I think it's the right call. But if Kaiser has been out wandering on his own for all this time, you're gonna need a couple things. Yes, what?
Okay, engineer, really? An engineer scrubbing floors? I think they, forgot to say janitor.
I know it's here somewhere. Here, Kaiser schematics. That old robot's been MIA for a while, so... He's also got a lock on his voice controls. Now, where exactly is... A battlefield. Ugh, sheesh. No wonder no one's found him. That sector of Nera was destination #1 for xenoweapons during the war. Add to that general environmental devastation and the kind of lawlessness that comes with any Freestar world, and that planet's got more than enough ways to make a visit your last. But I think there's a place where you can start your search. Yep. One-of-a-kind salvage. Licensed to an Angelo Alonso. Goes by Gel. As good a place to start as any. And I'll make sure we're ready to put him to use as soon as you...
How on earth did I get a bounty?
Should I warm up the engines?
Right. How on earth did I get a bounty when I didn't even do anything wrong?
Touchdown imminent.
Lots to do. You understand.
Hey! New model on the floor. Welcome to the one-of-a-kind. Refuge and rest home for the hardest scrappers anywhere. Not here to make your fortune out in the fields then, huh? Oh, unless you mean Captain A. At least that's what we... But he's a combat bot, right? His white... But it's been a while since anyone's... Well... So, sounds like you can wander around, but knowing this rock is... Going rates are... I'm listening. In my experience... What a... Sorry. Look. Pleasure doing business. So, last, one of my roughnecks, eyes open too. Oh, and give Ahab a...
I'm pleased to see scrappers disassembling these mechs. Damn war machines are better off being erased from history.
Look at the state of this ship. It's as though it's been picked apart from the inside out.
Insufficient power. Microcell battery required.
Get you something? Ah, so they're heat leeches, wasn't it? But a microcell. You could probably so wouldn't have lasted real so long as you, but finding materials, though, spots where you should be able to, but in return, save us from risking our. Then let me just mark those collect. Don't forget, whatever else you find in the all legal.
Battery accepted. Operational power levels restored. Pamela, thank you for your aid. Major Sanon will have, although additional support may allowing me to lead. Excellent. Follow me. Mind your step, as you have no doubt witnessed. This
for that before it spoils.
Source suggests a mercenary company. Standard procedure would be
I'm in total agreement. A frontal...
moving out.
Suffer the consequences.
Unit 99 service is now complete. Mine, however, continues. Our work here is finished. Now, a plague. You are docked at one of a kind.
can't believe it.
Major Sanan, Dr. Walker.
You're in better shape than I expected, Kaiser. Shouldn't take us long to get you back up to full fighting capacity.
This is good to hear. I was told there was a new threat on the horizon. I wish to learn more.
Percival will give you the full story.
Plus, get you dressed for the occasion.
Occasion? Where are we going?
Londinian.
Londinian. Doctor, I will require additional armaments.
That's the plan. Come on.
Captain, you're with me. Time to walk you through what we came up with. So the problem we're up against is vast. Terramorphs, they can be anywhere. As soon as we're done with Kaiser, we'll meet you there.
Excuse me.
You remember that creature we talked about before you went to Nira? The thing that eats terramorphs, the Aciles? Apparently, they were bloodhounds for terramorphs. But when the UC ran low on synthetic foods during the Colony War, the Aciles were chosen to fill in the gaps. We thought they were harvested to extinction. But in the data, the research team found the location of a few remaining specimens. As you can see, what we're proposing is bringing them back. We'd breed populations of them, distribute them to human worlds, and then let nature take its course, using a method that thousands of years of adaptation have already perfected. We could speed up their breeding process using some of the same technologies that were used to create me. We even think that, with some time and investigation, we could use the Aciles' hunting skills to track down the Terramorph transmission method at long last. Find out how humanity spread them, and put an end to the Terramorph problem definitively. I really think it could. Now, there is another option for removing the Terramorphs from our worlds. It's faster, maybe even more efficient, but riskier. A microbe. Something we could aerosolize, let spread, and have it clean up anything with Terramorph DNA for us, which would include morphs, and we expect their transmission method. It'd still take time to build, test, and distribute, but no other method could hold a candle to it when it comes to sheer efficiency. Not even the Aciles. Inclined that way myself. With either path, though, we're looking at a long-term commitment. Years of work. And all routes are going to require some highly specific materials to make things work. Terramorph cell lines we can breed quickly and consistently, or sharpen our microbes' tracking skill. Not the sort of things, but we think we found a lead. All paths lead to exactly what I was hoping. Now, the UC has a small operating base on Londinian's outskirts. We're cleared for access, but we'll need to check in with the base commander, Sarah Hatoum, when we touch down. I'm gonna help Percival and Kaiser prep, but once that's done, we'll rendezvous with you there. But you need to know, Londinian, it belongs to the Terramorphs. They'll have anti-Xeno gear for us at the base, but I'd make sure you've got your favorite arms on hand.
Recycled air. Just isn't the same
You
as
are
the real
entering
thing.
United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. You are cleared to land at New This world is off limits. You are advised to jump to safe harbor immediately. Let me check my logs. You're cleared. Head straight for the base.
What, you tell me what to do? I tell you what to do.
Let's see what's on this ball.
Inside the barriers, double time! You at the Xeno? I'll send the rest of your team along once they arrive.
I pride myself on knowing everyone on this world, and I don't know you. You're with the collection team then, I presume. Either that, or you're one deeply unlucky trespasser. Vanguard, eh? Brief said you were an eclectic group. You must have really shined out on the fringe to get assigned a task like this. Ah, then this must be the rest of your outfit.
Commander Hatum,
No need for introductions, Major Sanon. Dr. Walker, your reputations precede you, as does the urgency of your mission, so I'll get to it. Now, Londinium is one of the most dangerous places in the Milky Way. It's with good reason my soldiers and I do everything we can to avoid entering the city. Terramorphs are omnipresent, and the structural damage left behind when Major Sanon's father bombed its spaceport has turned large swathes of the metropolis into a decaying labyrinth. As such, we'll be providing you all with gear, information, and uploading municipal unlock codes to your robot. Every tool you could need to succeed out there. Except one. Once you're on the other side of those barriers, you will be on your own. If you get into trouble, my people will not be coming. Do we understand each other? Precisely. I'll leave you to your preparation, and I do believe there's someone waiting for you there, Captain. Now, once you're outside, though I can't guarantee it won't contain. I hope you all find what you're looking for out. Robot, you're coming with me.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Commander. Percival, you all set to hook into their comms tower?
Should only take a few minutes. Let's get this done and get the hell out of here.
Percival will be scanning the city for our samples from here. When he finds one... All right. Head over to the armory and gear...
Okay. Hello.
Hey. Until later.
while you're out there. Don't trust what the voices tell you.
Howdy. You match our description. Make sure you had the best.
Don't go into the city much. Never for long. Too risky.
Transfer complete. Those codes will allow you to temporarily restore power to most facilities in the city. System official.
All set on your gear? Are you ready to do this? Then let's get this show. Kaiser? Percival, everything green on your ends?
I am ready.
Personal comm should be routed through Kaiser now. You copy that?
Roger, loud and clear.
Perhaps too loud.
Oh, you're a riot robot.
Kaiser, kick it off.
Unlock code transmitted. You may open the gate when ready.
Alright. On our way into the city. Percival, where are we heading?
Running the first sweep. Got one. A Sealy's. Not far. Old shipping yard just past the processing plant. Gene samples are probably in one of the containers.
Shit. These things, they're all dominated. Clean them out and keep an eye out for the morph controlling them. I'm going to end
That
Can't
part
let
of the
good
life form
resources
should
go
prove
to
useful.
waste.
cache with some goodies is towards the rear of the facility.
Close enough for you to dial in the location of those samples from here?
Yes, they're faint, but I'm detecting multiple valid signatures. I have restored power to the containers.
Jackpot! Get down there and collect as many as you can.
Open fire!
over to Kaiser, and let's get out of here.
Samples secure.
Nice work. Now, earlier scan picked up a valid Terramorph sample, but, well, it's in the spaceport. And the quick route there looks like it got blasted when the port did.
The city, which will allow us to access the spaceport.
What do you... That's right. Kaiser, how did you know that?
Not sure.
Percival, you see any better option?
Not from where I'm standing.
You got our answer.
Access unlocked. We may proceed.
Kaiser, this flora, this is Lazarus plant, isn't it?
Confirmed.
You know, no one even realized it was a living thing until someone got it under a microscope and saw it had cells. Can't be cultivated anywhere but Londinian. A real marvel. All these leeches. What's keeping things warm? What's that? My God, look at it. A Lazarus in bloom. You know, we might be some of the only... What's happening? Captain, are you seeing this?
Wow, that just... right at that point?
Oh my God. The heat leeches are terramorphs.
What? No. It can't be true. Heat leeches are everywhere. They live everywhere. That means terramorphs. Oh my God.
You just saw that, right? You would tell me if I was losing my mind. That heat leech became a terramorph. The pests that have snuck onto every planet are baby terramorphs.
That's anything.
Heat leeches hide out in ships,
Getting everywhere.
sneak away after landing, and then, with time, they transform.
No wonder.
We just found out how terramorphs move between planets. Pretty major is right. The Lazarus plant. It's clearly an accelerant for the terramorph, heat. But that means if anyone knew about this, they could trigger a terramorph spawning. You could sneak a leech into a city, or even... Good God. The attack on New Atlantis, does this... But first, you'd have...
Well, we're never gonna know if you don't catch that thing. Get after it.
We may proceed.
Go!
I hate a lot. I hate a lot, for sure.
Combat procedures activated.
Kaiser's got the cell data from the New Atlantis and Town City attacks, right?
Uploaded them myself.
All right, let's get to the bottom of this.
Beginning analysis. It is a match. This suggests with high certainty that the Lazarus plant was used to trigger the attacks on both planets.
There's no way a plant this rare, this fragile, just shows up here, New Atlantis, and Tau Ceti. The transformations on those worlds, they must have been triggered by human hands. Captain, do you understand what it is we just stumbled on here? Exactly. Someone saw the Lazarus plant in action and used it to trigger the attack. A bioweapon no one would recognize as one. Sort of thing that'll keep you up at night.
Makes some sense, actually. Tau said he was likely their first test. Someplace ensure the big show, and the timing of that one. It couldn't have been just luck. These attacks. I think someone planned them. They certainly were. Who could pull something like this off?
The colonies have a bloody past, certainly.
Agreed. That seems like it'd be a bridge too far even for the UC brat.
Let's save the discussion for when you all aren't standing in the universe's closest equivalent to hell frozen over. If we're gonna do anything to prevent more Terramorph attacks, human cause or otherwise, we need that final sample.
Roger that. Kaiser?
The entrance is... I am unable to provide sufficient power to the lock mechanism.
Anyone got ideas where we could get some extra juice?
Local power looks like it was controlled in the security office. Upper floor.
Captain and I can scout it out. Kaiser, see if you can't find another way to get it open.
Roger that. I have restored power to the office entrance. You may proceed.
There's the control panel. Still looks operable. Of all the things to survive.
Reactivated. Error. Control system reboot required.
And we do that. Ah, Captain. I think I see it. Hopefully that control board's still kicking.
Reboot engaged. Running diagnostic. Diagnostic complete. Multiple systems unavailable. Warning. Priority safety concern detected. Exterior hatch power restored.
Back in business.
Warning. Emergency recorder message detected. Transcription process engaged. Playback initiated.
Admiral Senna, we need to make the evacuation request.
That's my father he's addressing. He was here? Didn't think he'd have the guts to look those soldiers in the eye before blowing this place to pieces.
Admiral!
It just transformed. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe. Colonel, the troops that closed off the sewers after my evaluation, they're all in this facility.
Other than our casualties, yes, sir.
Good. Get them into defensive positions around the spaceport. No one leaves. I'll send ships as soon as possible.
Thank God. None of us wanted to go down swarmed by those things.
That won't be your fate, Colonel. You have my word.
Transcription complete. Physical copy available.
An invisible weapon. He knew. He knew about the Lazarus plant. Grab that recording. We should talk. Hey, Victus. He destroyed this place. Killed these people to keep what he knew about the Lazarus plant and the Terramorphs and all this a secret. Didn't he? You heard that recording. He saw the potential of the plant as a weapon and hid it away. He killed those people to keep them from sharing what they might have seen. Condemned this whole city to death.
wrong. I was a commander. I've been...
He decided to sentence his own. But if the plant... And even if he wasn't...
So you're telling us that the attack on New Atlantis was Victus's...
But I guess we're not getting any more...
There's something I need to talk to you about. Thanks for taking time to chat. I really need a friendly ear right about now. I received a message from Constellation and it... No, it's nothing like that. It's just a list of requests. Things I would normally handle if I was there. Something like that. Before I joined Constellation, I said... Yeah, sure. You see, at the end of the day... Well, perhaps it was easy for... Sorry. You once told me that you favored the journey over the destination. So I'm hoping you'll understand what I'm trying to say. I failed because I was more concerned about That's just it, though. Did I push too? Well, call it whatever. It elevates me. Yes, exactly. If it's obvious to... Oh my God. You have to understand. Once... Look, please, it's not... But thank you for being there.
Kaiser, try it now.
Successful.
Guys, your sample.
That doesn't sound good. Eyes peeled.
Huh. Fuck man out the big fucker.
Damage sustained.
They're not coming after us. I guess we should grab that sample while we can. I'd like a chance to study that
before you stow it in your bag.
Let's just stash that sample with Kaiser and we're done.
Final sample.
Time to get the hell out of here. Percival, you should unplug and find somewhere we can talk. Privately.
On it. See you soon.
It is a match. This suggests with high certainty that the Lazarus plant was used to trigger the attacks on both planets.
There's no way a plant this rare, this fragile, just shows up here, New Atlantis, and Tau Ceti. The transformations on those worlds, they must have been triggered by human hands. Captain, do you understand? Exactly.
A bioweapon.
Sort of thing that'll make some sense. Tau Ceti was ensure the big and the time. It couldn't have been just these attacks. They certainly were. But who could pull some?
colonies have...
Agreed.
Let's save the discussion. If we're gonna do anything...
Roger the... Kaiser? Get us into the spaceport?
The entrance is this way. I am unable to provide sufficient power to the lock mechanism.
Anyone got ideas where we could get some extra juice?
Local power looks... like it was controlled in the security office. Upper floor.
Captain and I can scout it out. Kaiser, see if you can't find another way to get it open.
Roger that. I have restored power to the office entrance. You may proceed.
There's the control panel. Still looks operable. All the things to survive.
Reactivated. Error. Control system reboot required.
And we do that.
Reboot engaged. Running diagnostic. Diagnostic complete. Multiple systems unavailable. Warning. Priority safety concern detected. Exterior hatch power restored.
Back in business.
Warning. Emergency recorder message detected. Transcription process engaged. Playback initiated.
Admiral Sanon, we need to make the evacuation request.
That's my father he's addressing. He was here? Didn't think he'd have the guts to look those soldiers in the eye before blowing this place to pieces.
Admiral!
It just transformed. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe. Colonel, the troops that closed off the sewers after my evaluation, they're all in this facility.
Other than our casualties, yes, sir.
Good. Get them into defensive positions around the spaceport. No one leaves. They'll send ships as soon as possible.
Thank God. None of us wanted to go down swarmed by those things.
That won't be your fate, Colonel. You have my word.
Transcription complete. Physical copy available.
An invisible weapon. He knew. He knew about the Lazarus plant. Grab that recording. We should talk. Hey, Victus. He saw the potential of the plant. He killed those people.
No, he's worse than a murderer. He's a butcher. He doesn't give a...
Yes. Exactly. But if the plant... And even if he wasn't...
So you're telling us that the attack on New Atlantis was very Victus?
But I guess we're not getting any more answers. Kaiser, try it now.
Successful.
Guys, your sample, it moved. I'd be real careful out there if I were you.
That doesn't sound good. Eyes peeled.
What can I help you with? Thanks for taking time to chat. I received a message. no, it's not. It's just an... something like that. Before I joined. Yeah, sure. You see, at the end of the day... Well, perhaps it was sorry. You once... I failed. That's just it, though. Did I push too? Well, that call it what... It elevates me to the... Yes, exactly. If it's obvious... Oh my god. Look, please, but thank...
And then I'll just spice shit up, right? And then weapons, and then... yeah, some of that stuff.
All wrapped up. Time to get the hell out of here. Percival, you should unplug and find somewhere we can talk. Privately.
On it. See you soon.
Look at all of you, back from the underworld. Got pretty frantic on the comms towards the end there, but it sounded like this was a success. Got everything we need to put this plan in motion. Best place for them. Now, my connection might have gotten a bit fuzzy there, but do I have it right that Victus knew about this?
That's what it sounded like.
Guess the old Admiral must have told someone what he learned. Even he's not clever enough to pull off an attack like that from the great beyond.
It's a bit more complicated than that.
I'm sorry, what? She's pulling my leg, right? Hadrian?
I don't believe she is.
So that means we have a suspect.
I believe that's exactly what that means. Look, Captain. Percival and I, we need to get these samples back to the lab. Ensure we'll be able to handle cleaning up the leeches as well as the terramorphs. But Victus is the only solid lead we've got. Since you're the only one who knows where he is, can you speak to him? Good. We'll all meet back at Mast, outside the cabinet chambers. They're gonna want to know everything we've uncovered here. Best of luck, Captain.
Yes, time to question our crazy general or commander.
Well, what a pleasant... When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinian of all, did you find what you were looking for? Good news, then. So, what exactly are you doing here? Plenty still to be done, and... Did you? Well, I don't know what you think you heard on this recording, but I sincerely hope you didn't come to the wrong conclusions. After all, given the Cabinet's current state of anxiety, they might misinterpret such a discovery to mean I could have been involved with the attacks. Perhaps I can convince you to keep this among us. You know, you're far more clever than I expected. You want to hear the words, then? I did it. The Terramorph attacks on Tau Ceti. New Atlantis. My doing. Years of coordination between my associate and I. Figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinian. Learning to synthesize it. Use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing. The attacks were a correction. When I discovered the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential. Easy to say now, but at the time, up from the ground. I wasn't going to allow another. But then, as the war ended, and what did I get in return? No. I become a trusted advisor, and cement my new the dear departed Dr. Reginald Orley. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. There are no heroes, and it's why I had Orlais reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant, and look at the results. Isn't that preferable to language? With only the vague hopes of You're being honored only because I arranged the situations where it could happen. Be grateful. And let's not forget the importance of our actual endgame. Eliminating the Terramorphs. I'm simply requesting one. I've already sent along the evidence of Orlais's role in the attacks to the cabinet. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the cabinet. Tell them that it was Orlais and Orlais alone. After all, I do still have Just think about the opportunity.
You scum like that.
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
Perfect timing. We just got in. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the acyles are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our world.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already sent along info to the cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Did my father tell you what he knew about the Lazarus plant? I knew it. The second I heard that recording, I knew. Why? Did he? It takes some deeply twisted logic to think anything did more harm to the Sanan name than him.
So you're telling us that the attack on New Atlantis was Victus's responsibility? Just like the dooming of Londinian? That's insane. All that, just to help restore the family name. How did he ever think that was going to work?
Well, once we inform the cabinet, they can ensure he won't be able to do anything like this ever again. Exactly. Bring justice to everyone he's hurt. So I guess that gives us our final answer. Nothing left to do but head in and see what the cabinet thinks of it all. Unless there was more to discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things through before the cabinet weighs in on a decision regarding the Terramorphs. Acyles aren't hostile to humans, but they are megafauna. If someone decides to pick a fight with one, it could get ugly. But they've already been spread far and wide once before when the UC was raising them as livestock, so the risk of introducing them to new worlds is... Using them to clean up the terramorphs and leeches, though, it's not going to be nearly as expedient as the mic. Given what we know now about... It's hard to know. Unlike my... But if you're really that concerned... Then here we go. Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. But according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true?
My God.
An attack? Using terramorphs? How is that possible?
You will all receive a full briefing once we're done here. So then, is what the second report claims correct? Did Reginald Orlays commit these attacks, Captain?
Orlays? It's true, ma'am. I heard the recording myself. My father figured out how to use terramorphs as weapons.
He did what?
That's impossible. He doesn't have the kind of access to...
Clearly, he made his own access, Chief Sarkin. Madam President, I have been saying for years that not dealing with that man was gonna end in tragedy.
Enough! I hope everyone here understands that what has just been shared is a state secret of the highest order. This information does not leave this room. Now, that's quite the accusation you're leveling, considering Francois Sinon has not left containment for the better part of 2 decades. You have evidence to back this up?
It just transformed. A terramorph out of thin air. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
I'd know that voice anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this, and said nothing.
He's a sociopath. Plain and simple, ma'am.
Officer, please collect that recording.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, Captain.
We'll, of course, be launching a full investigation into how this could have happened. Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all he knows on the subject once confronted with that recording. Chief Yassine, can you send one of your interrogators to have a little chat with the Admiral?
Torture.
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. Well, I don't think the United Colonies can thank you enough. We failed the people of the colonies by not dealing with Vavictus sooner. I intend to rectify that mistake immediately. I'm inclined to agree, Captain. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the 3 of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the Cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the Cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President. Tell the Freestar Collective. Wow. So they have another tool to utilize against us?
I'm in agreement. I fail to see the value here.
Indeed. Open relations at this point would be critical towards maintaining peace.
Oh, that is an interesting idea. A grand gesture to further display this cabinet doesn't think like those of the past.
The observers on Mars have proven such a gesture can bear fruit.
So, you want us to make nice with the Collective by sharing our state secrets?
No, I want us to display plainly the UC's actual intentions, that the plant will never be used as a weapon again.
That does sound worthwhile, Chief Kulkarni. Very well. We'll get the collective involved in the management. Thank you for the suggestion, Captain. So then, to our final topic. The Cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also Heat Leech presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Asilies are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps? The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
I agree.
As you can see, there remains debate among the Cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation. Major?
We've had a few discussions, but our group is similarly split. Only the captain has yet to weigh in.
I see.
I'm in full agreement. No need be delving into unpredictable sciences.
Here's hoping they'll be kept on a short leash.
That, madam, is most certainly the plan.
Order, please. And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately. Today marks day one for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you three the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to display its gratitude. Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
You all have earned it. Now, there's much to be done. Major Sinan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts, spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
As for you, Captain, the Vanguard will be providing much of the on-the-ground support for the TMD. As a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you'll have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander, Tuala, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1. On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
That's a we weren't exactly kicked to the curb. Just wanna have a little chat with the commander downstairs for a second before I sign out and call it.
Well, I've got to say, this is a first. I've never had a Class 1 citizen in my ranks before. Congratulations, Captain. No need to thank me. You brought this all on yourself. I've already gone ahead and processed your Class 1 benefits. All UC goods and services should now have a thanks for protecting the colonies discount. And the credits should be in your accounts now. But to get into your penthouse, you'll have to pay a visit to the Aphelion Realty office. They should be able to grant you access. Higher-ups wanted to make sure you know how much they appreciate what you've done. But with all that squared, it's time to get you a new assignment. There are your standard Vanguard missions, putting those pilot skills to use defending UC space. Or you could help the TMD in cleaning up terramorphs. Oh, and I got a request from Dr. Walker. Wanted your help collecting biological samples to keep an eye out for any, new alien threats on the horizon. Any of those missions call to you? Of course. You've earned some...
Informed us of your new status. Congratulations on making Class 1.
Check out this penthouse before I jump off.
Well, well, if it isn't the United Colony's newest Class 1 citizen, you've made quite a name for yourself in New Atlantis. In fact, the higher-ups want to thank you for your dedicated service by giving you one of the nicest pieces of real estate in the city. It's a premium penthouse at the top of Mercury Tower. Best location in New Atlantis, in my professional opinion. What do you say? It'll just take a second to get you registered as the owner. Great! You're in for a real treat. Okay, you're all set. You'll love the place. It has a... Now that you're an owner, I'm... Let's see what we... Right now, I've got a little place in the well that's up for grabs. Sound like something you... I'm always here if you're looking for a new home.
Hey. Yeah, what? It's adventure apart from that. Pretty sweet.